What's up, everybody? It's
What's
Foos and
up?
Medicine right here.
That's right, Foods and Medicine. Big
We-
shout out to the homie Gustavo for letting us use his studio first and
Mhm.
foremost. But we're here.
Yeah, so today we're basically gonna go through. So recently we asked y'all on our Instagram to send us some questions. We want to do like a Q&A. A lot of you guys send us questions, and a lot of them are really great questions. And we just have so many DMs. It's really hard to get back to everyone. So we really want to make this a video like this to answer some of you guys' questions. Um, And yeah, again, like Alexis said, shout out to the homie Gustavo for setting us up with this. Like, we're not used to this. We're not used to microphones. Our work we've been kind of doing it kind of like in a ghetto way, but now we're moving up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, bear with us. We appreciate y'all. Like, we're doing this for y'all. Don't stop asking the questions. We always, we're going to compile it all together and then do stuff like this, Yeah, we love y'all. So let's get into talking about why we're doing this. So yeah, we get many questions and obviously we're both living the dream. We're in med school, and we realize that it's really hard to do this, and a lot of questions come up for everyone, right? We both have many questions and so we wanna do that for the people out there, for the homies out there that are trying to apply and stuff. So let's start off with the first question.
All right.
Let's do it.
Start?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. So, all right. So this is a good one right here. Most meaningful experience for med school application. What do you think was your most meaningful experience?
My most meaningful.
And if you when you think about it, I could talk about mine because I think I know mine from the top of my head. Because, I mean, for me, so I did research at Olive View UCLA, which is like a safety net hospital, a county hospital here in the Los Angeles area. And I was, I started volunteering there. I started off, connecting with a doctor there, and then I just ended up working there eventually, and I found my mentor there who eventually helped me out, with a lot of things to get into medical school. And I'm saying it's my most meaningful experience because, one, obviously, like I said, I found my mentor there, but like other than that, it really like solidified the fact that I wanted to go into medicine for me. I think it's important for all of us to know, like, this is an investment. We're going to spend a lot of time trying to get here, and then once you're here, you're going to spend a lot of time training in this. So for me, I was speaking a lot of Spanish at Olive View. I was helping people, it wasn't with their medical care at that point because I was just doing research stuff, but just interacting with the patients in the emergency department that were, having a horrible day, and just me trying to take their mind off of what they were going through and trying to talk to them about this other project I had going on, and just trying my best to just, empathize with what they were going through and all of that. It just solidified it for me. So for me, I was kind of like, damn, like, this is it. Medicine's for me. And I did that for like 2.5 years.
Yeah. I have a few experiences that I feel like were really, really meaningful to me, and that, played a really big role in my pre-med journey and also in my application. But I'm going to just choose one. I think one of the really big ones was I was in this club called CCM, which is Chicanos Latinos for Community Medicine.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why it was like really important for me was because when I came into college, like, I mean, I'm sure it was for you like this too, but like, it was so hard. Like, I didn't know what to expect. And like, honestly, I just felt like I kept getting beaten down and beaten down and beaten down. And the whole time I felt like I was alone because I didn't have no one to go to. Well, at least it felt that way. I couldn't go to my parents and ask them for help or how to navigate college, nothing like that. And I was honestly just grinding like the whole time. Like, I was studying so hard. My goal was always like, I want to go to med school. But like, I was struggling with the classes and just fitting into college and stuff. And so like, I decided like my senior year to basically bring back this club called CCM, which was kind of like one of the, probably like the only like pre-med club at my university that was kind of geared towards Latinos. And
You brought it back?
Yeah, it like died out at one point, and then I was like, man, like, I know there's a lot of people out there that feel lost, and like I know this is like an outlet, or like you know, I can use this to like really help people out and like bring them up, and like and just basically give them the guidance that I feel like I wish I had as an undergrad. And so I did that and brought it back.
You did it once you graduated already.
Yeah,
You were still in undergrad.
Oh no. This was my an undergrad.
You were still in undergrad.
Yeah, undergrad.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And through there, you know, like I actually got to meet along the like throughout that journey, like I also got to meet like doctors and med students and connect with them, because I was trying to get them connected to other students. You know, even though I felt like I didn't really have those connections, like I kind of made them. It forced me to like make those connections. And so that was a really cool experience, and honestly like also really great for like leadership. Like I learned a lot, you know, like, but yeah, it was a dope experience.
Yeah, it sounds hella dope. I mean,
all right,
you're a leader at UW.
All right, I got a question for you.
All right, let's do it.
Are you married?
Chill. I mean, not yet, man. I'm married to the game.
That's true.
Medicine. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't a very serious question, but I'm gonna ask you a serious one now.
All right.
Married to the game, though.
Yeah.
What made you guys realize medicine is something you guys wanted to do as a career?
That's a really good question, and yeah. So for me, I mean, we both heard our stories, but like, it was a little different for me. I didn't really know until college, really, that I wanted to go into wait, no, the question is medicine, huh? I always knew medicine then, actually, because yeah, I didn't. Doctor was more like college years, but medicine, it was really like in high school, because you know, I grew up with my family going to the hospitals a lot because of two younger brothers that I have, and honestly, like, we were lucky to have people providing like amazing care for them, and that not only impacted them but like me too and my family, in terms of like, you know, like people that like nurses that like were really loving, caring. And to me, it was like, damn, like I want to be that for someone's family too. Like I just felt like, you know, it just made me feel really good. And I was like, yeah, I want to go into medicine because, you know, I want to help families in that way. So that's really when it was, like high school, I would say.
Yeah. No, it's honestly really crazy and powerful how like our upbringings and like the things we're exposed to growing up like really affects our life and where we want to go. Like, likewise, like, you know, for me, it has to do with my background. I do have a bit different of a background as Alexis. But, you know, it influenced me a lot. Like, for me, pretty much like seeing a doctor was never really a thing. Like, I grew up, my whole family household was like undocumented. So we didn't have insurance. We didn't have access to doctors or healthcare or anything like that. And that was kind of the norm for me. I didn't really think it was necessarily a problem or nothing like that, because I didn't even know it was a thing. But as I grew older and I started, you know, putting pieces together, I realized, oh, like the reason why I never go see a doctor, or the reason why I've never seen my parents see a doctor, is because, you know, because of our status. And, you know, as you learn more and more and more about like people's health and all these things, and just like the way like access to healthcare affects people, I was like, man, this is not okay. And I want to do something about it. And so,
I mean, like, honestly, with that, bro, like, you always say that, and it's like a lot of us can relate, because for me, it was like my little brothers were getting the care because, you know, they need the chronic care. But other than that, like nobody else went to the hospital or the doctor. Like, if someone was sick, it was like emergency department. And even then, it was like maybe for whatever reason, like undocumented status, or like, nah, screw that, it's fine, like I'll be fine, like I gotta work tomorrow, I can't take time off, you know, whatever. And it's like it's really, really tough.
For sure. And you see that a lot, like especially at the county hospitals, like people go there and that's pretty much their primary care. And you know, like, and there's probably a lot of things that contribute to that, you know, like there's also like a lot of like not real trust within like in medicine, like from our culture and our backgrounds and stuff like that, you know. And part of it is probably also because we don't have enough representation. So like, and then people don't speak our language. So, you know, a lot of things that contribute to that. For
sure. A lot of things. By the way, y'all, we're looking through stuff that we have written. We're not on our phone. But this is a really good question I came across. And I think, yeah, since we have a lot of like older siblings and also younger people still in high school following us, like what kind of advice, there's someone asked, like, what kind of advice can I give my little brother right now in high school that's, thinking about pursuing medicine and stuff like that? Like let's think about what kind of stuff we would tell our high school selves. Yeah, you go first. What do you think?
So something I would tell my high school self?
Yeah, as advice pursuing the medicine.
Yeah. See, when I was in high school, like, I legit did not think that I could go to college. Like,
Yeah.
I found out that I didn't have papers, I was undocumented, and I was like, dude, like, I can't even go to college. Like, I've never even seen that ever in my life. Like, I don't even think that's possible.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even apply for a job.
Yeah.
So really, like, me as, if I could really go back in time, like, and go tell the younger self me is like, it's possible. Like, it's possible, and you're gonna make it happen. And thankfully I kept working towards my goals, but that was always in the back of my head, like, damn, like, I'm gonna reach a roadblock that I can't overcome. So like, I would just tell like people to just continue to fighting for what you want. Like, if you're not gonna do what you want, if you don't want to do medicine or whatever career you choose, have it not be because of the obstacles that you're facing. Like, have it be because that's not what you want to do. At the end of the day, I want y'all to do whatever you want to do.
Facts. And I tell Irvin this all the time. Actually, I mentioned this in a panel we did over the weekend. Like, much respect for someone like that, going through DACA, and being undocumented, because that's a whole nother thing, and another obstacle you had to face. And it'd be tragic if you didn't keep going, man, because we wouldn't be sitting here right now. So that's, that's a lot of respect. But, like, similar to what Irvin said, I mean, I think a lot of us in high school, like, don't really think about, like, what we want to do, like, 5 years to 10 years down the line. We're just like, what, like, we just don't, like, not really. So, I mean, one thing is maybe like for like the younger people out there, or like even if you want to talk to your younger sibling in high school, like what I would tell myself is like to just think about what is it that you want to do 5 years, 10 years down the line. I think we could do whatever, and whether it's medicine, whether it's engineering, whether it's I don't know, like I'm blanking out right now, law, business, whatever. Like, you could do it all, man. And I think once I had a conversation with someone about that, and I think like I remember him. He used to work in my high school, but he also grew up similar to like us, and he was like, hey man, like think about this, like 5 years down the line, how I mean, I know this is not all that matters, but it's something for us to think about, especially when you're younger. Like how much money do you want to be making? How hard do you want to be working? Do you want to be busting your ass making minimum wage? Or do you want to be sitting in an office making a decent wage, and things like that? And it's like, well, obviously, who wants to be busting their ass, like making minimum wage? And I think once I like really like, damn, like that hit me, I was like, yo, like, yeah, like, nah, I'm going to take this college thing seriously. 'Cause I wasn't the best high school student myself. But like, yeah, it worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think one thing to add to that too, just like, I feel like this took me a long time to, really, for it to really hit me, but like trying to understand like what you care about, like what your values are. It's very overwhelming when you're in high school and they're like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And there's like these options, oh, doctor, lawyer, cop, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of overwhelming. Like, just take it back, like, or take it further a little bit and just be like, what do you care about? Like, what are your values? Like, for me, it was like, man, I care about this social issue, and what can I do to tackle that, and medicine was the route for me, so like just thinking about that, like what you care about and all those stuff, and I think that would take you really far.
Thanks. Yeah, no joke. Even if it's making videos, YouTube, playing Fortnite competitively, man. If you love that and you're passionate about it, work hard at it.
I mean, like, yeah, like this is why we're doing this. Like, we literally are just passionate about this. So it's a value of ours. At the end of the day, like, life is going to be hard. There's going to be a lot of battles. And, it's about trying to choose what those battles are.
Facts.
Anyways, I have another question. Oh, I think this is pretty good. And this is a question we kind of get a lot, is what do you do when you don't have the energy to do your homework or work?
Damn.
This guy's on his rotation, so he just started his internal medicine rotation.
Yeah.
For those of y'all that are familiar, it's a really hard rotation, very hard time, and he knows more about it right now.
I mean, maybe now, but you know, you experience the same thing, and I mean, we've all like. I mean, just to get to the question, like, yeah, there's definitely long days out here, long, tiring days where you wake up hella early and you go to sleep hella late.
How do you like find that
Yeah,
energy? Like, how do you know, like, I
it's
know
hard.
how it's like. It's
Well,
so hard.
I mean, not to like, I don't push caffeine on nobody. I don't want nobody to get hooked on it. It's a habit for me now, but
It's the Celsius.
yeah, I mean, you know, drinking some caffeine, to
Pre-workout.
stay awake, pre-workout, get a workout in. But in seriousness, like sometimes coming out the hospital is like, man, you know, I'm super tired. Like I want to study for as long as I can, but it's like, let me get a little sweat in, let me get a little pump in, you know, let me get some pre-workout, get a pump in, feel good, and then you know I'll put in 2-3 hours after that if I'm super tired like that, you know. I mean, ideally, you know, we could. In this field, like you could study forever, and obviously we'd like to study for as long as we can. Like if it was up to us, we'd study forever if our brain never tired out, and it wasn't something that burned you out, like, realistically. But it's not like that's not possible. Like, we're human.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about that? Like,
It's tough. Like, I feel like you don't ever really find the energy, you know? Sometimes it's not there. And I think it's important to accept that, you know, and be aware of that. Like, and sometimes you do come home and you're just too tired to study, but, you know, like, nothing's going to give you more energy to do it, but you still have to do it.
yeah,
And that's kind of part of the process, you know, and it's really, really tough. And I feel like at the end of the day, you just have to come back to why you're here, you know, like, remember why you're doing this, like, because it's gonna be hard, but it's like I said earlier, like, it's a battle that you chose, you know, like, we're passionate about this, we wanted this our whole life, and this is what we want, you know. And so, but yeah, like, obviously, you know, using caffeine and stuff like that too, like, but it doesn't necessarily give you energy, but it just, you know, wakes you up a little bit.
I mean, actually, yeah, caffeine isn't like it just produces stress to your, like, in the body, so it like keeps you up, but it's not really like giving you energy.
Yeah, it's studious food.
Yeah, for real. But no, it feels good to know your stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, like for all y'all studying for the MCAT out there, or even grinding through the undergrad classes, like, it feels good to put in the work, and then you go in the exam and you destroy it. You know what I mean? And you're the one setting the curve, you know, amongst all those other foods in there. Like, you're the one. Like, it feels good. So think about that. It's gonna feel good. You know.
A lot of times you don't even. I feel like it's hard to see your progress, you know. But then you're in there and in front of a patient, and then you start describing these things that you've been learning for the past few weeks, and you're like, what the heck? Like, where did that come from? Like, dang, I got this. Like, I know this stuff well. You know, it's cool when that hits you.
Facts. Let's get into some rapid fire stuff. Like, I see here a couple of questions that like people always ask, and I want you to tell me about what you think about this, Irvin. All right. Is there a particular major that you have to go into? And the other is there like a particular path or that you have to take to get into medicine?
Nah, I mean, this is a question that it's a very commonly asked question. Like, there's no specific major that you need to get here, you know, like, it's all about, you know, your personal story, and like whatever you have experienced that answers the question, why do you want to do medicine, right? Like, everyone's story is going to be different. It's not like, oh, I love biology and that's why I want to do medicine. Oh, I love whatever chemistry, so I want to do medicine. Like, no, like, it's about your story. The major really doesn't matter. We're obviously not with like the admissions people or whatever, so we're not like admitting people to school or whatever, but like, everyone knows this, you know, like, you can major in whatever you want. At the end of the day, just do what you're interested in, and then the requirements that are for med school, like, they're going to be listed, so you just make sure you check those boxes too.
Exactly. Yeah. couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, okay. What medical specialty are you interested in?
Putting me on the hot seat, man.
We can skip
This
it.
is hard. I've been going back and forth, man. Like, I came in thinking EM. I was set on it, and nothing could change my mind. And then I went into like, oh, whoa, like, I mean, obviously when you're in med school, we're seeing like all of these different specialties that you could go into, and it's kind of insane. Like, you could do a lot in medicine, like things that I never even thought about, that you could specialize in. And then of course, I was like, once I like got in the OR, actually, I went to the OR for the first time with this fool. We shadowed a vascular surgeon. I really enjoyed it. I was like, I think I want to do surgery. And now I'm back to, I don't know, man. I'm back to the drawing board. So to be honest, I still envision myself in the OR in the future. I do want to be a specialized physician. And I'm really growing this interest in the eyes. So I'm thinking ophthalmology right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, like it takes a lot to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life, and it's a big decision. So like, don't feel stressed if you don't know what you want to do with your life.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
What about you though? Tell them what you want to do.
I like high paced stuff. So like I kind of like the adrenaline. I like the chaos. So I'm leaning towards emergency medicine.
Yeah, this was gonna fix you up in the ER near you a couple of years.
Yeah, I hope I don't see you guys, to be honest.
Oh, that's true. Not y'all though.
Y'all don't want to see me or this guy if he's an eye doctor.
That is true. I have a question for you, because we get this one a lot too. Did you take any gap years? And if you did, what did you do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually took 2 gap years. One of them was pretty much like I spent like half a year studying for the MCAT, and then like it was pretty much a year of applications. Like the whole, for those of you guys who are familiar with like the application process, like it's like a whole year from the time you like apply to wait to actually get in. It's like a whole year.
Right.
But like during that time I was also working. I was working at a research lab, so I did research for like pretty much those 2 years as well.
Nice. Yeah, very similar. I did 5 years undergrad. I took a little longer. Also same thing. There's no way I was going to study for the MCAT as an undergrad. I just couldn't, I was like doing, research, working, going to school. I just couldn't find the time to like stress. Like it was just stressful thinking about studying for the MCAT while in undergrad. So I was like, you know what? I'm in no rush. I want to make sure things go smoothly. And that's the thing. Like a lot of people feel like they should be rushed to get into this. Like, I think the more time you take, to ensure things go the right way, is better. And that's kind of the route I took. Also took the gap year to study for the MCAT, and then the application cycle took the whole year. So it's essentially 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like this question. Were you always good at school? Like, were you always academically strong?
I mean, I wouldn't say academically strong, but, I was always like on my studious food type vibes. Like I always enjoyed school. Like I liked going to school. I liked doing my homework. I wouldn't like not turning in homework. You know what I mean? Like I always, growing up, like.
You were a good student.
I tried my best. Yeah. I wouldn't say I was the smartest. Like I wouldn't like sit down and read books and study and stuff like that, and like score high in exams. But like it would piss me off if I like got an F, or if I like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I always cared about school. I wasn't like the best or smartest, but yeah.
You talking about like high school?
High school, like middle school, high school. Like once I got to college, I turned it up a notch. Yeah. I went ham. True. I turned things around completely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, likewise, growing up, there was some academic struggles there. I feel like I just kind of doing the wrong things at some point. Yeah. I got like expelled from school, and that really set me back a lot. So like, you know, the academics weren't always there, but I always knew I was like kind of like smart, you know. And I just knew that if I actually like work towards something that I could be good at it. And then once I started like actually like echándole ganas at the school, like I started seeing like, oh wow, like I can get straight A's, you know.
Facts. That's what it
And
was. Yeah.
and so then I was like, wow, like man, like I can actually do this. Like I'm actually a good student. Like dang. But like it was always hard because I feel like my teachers didn't see that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they saw who I hung around with,
Yeah.
and like they just never took me serious, and that was so frustrating to me. Like that my teachers wouldn't take me serious. I'm like, man, I'm grinding for this exam, but like they would look at me and like they just wouldn't pay attention to me, and I would see them paying attention to other kids. So that always bothered me. That always bothered me so much. I remember one day I literally went to the mall and I was like, I'm gonna buy some white people clothes.
Damn.
And like I went there and bought like
That's real.
just some.
What'd you buy, fool?
Dude, it was like these khaki shorts. It was like the whitest shit ever. Like I never ever in my life dressed like that. And like it was like a button up shirt. Quién sabe qué. It was ugly. And I was just like I was like, I just want my teachers to take me serious.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
That's real.
And
that's real.
And then I like showed up to school like once like that, and then I was like, man, I feel too uncomfortable.
That's real. No,
so I never did it.
That's real, bro. Like I remember feeling like that. I hella relate to that because I remember like I said so when I was going to CSUN, like man, I dressed however I wanted to, you know what I mean, and I dressed similar to now, honestly. Like that's how we've talked about this, like wearing our baseball hats or whatever, and like, you know, like just, and I would dress the same. Like I don't even think it's like unprofessional or but like I just knew it was like different swag from like from like, you know, other people in the class or whatever, and I felt like the same, like professors that didn't take me seriously. Yeah. And if I went to office hours or something, I felt like they judged me. Like they not necessarily that no one ever said anything to me directly, but you know, maybe like by some things they said indirectly, I felt that way, and like by the looks and stuff. But I mean, when I would get like A's in the tests, it'd be a different story after that. But
who's talking now?
Exactly. But I want to ask you a question. Someone had a really good question that I think they want your input in. So check it out. Is it sock shoe or socks? Wait, hold up. Sock shoe or sock? Wait, no. How is this? I'm confused now.
Let me see.
Check it out. It made sense when I read it earlier. My bad, y'all.
Is it sock shoe?
Yeah.
Sock shoe?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, it is. That's why it made more sense earlier, so I'll take that back. This fool didn't write it all the way, but I think I get what he's saying.
Is it sock shoe? Is it sock
shoe, sock, shoe? You know?
I don't know what they mean.
So do you put your sock on, then your shoe? Or do you put your sock on, then your shoe and your shoe?
I think I do sock, shoe.
I do sock, shoe.
Oh, for one at a time?
I think so. You know? Yeah.
Some real ass questions.
That's a real ass question. And you gotta make sure the sock is real high.
Yeah. Sock check real quick.
Sock check. Oh, sock check. Damn.
All right,
I'm gonna pull it up as I do this.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's not that high, fool. Oh, yeah, you're down.
Hey,
I'm gonna pull it up.
Though.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, show the tap. Yeah, my bad. Caught me off guard there.
Get a sock tattoo.
For real.
All right. So.
Damn, I had a brain fart right there. My fault, y'all. I couldn't read.
Hey, we can edit it.
Yeah, we will.
All right. Let me pull up the questions again.
All right.
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna put my glasses on. These things are getting real.
There was one more I had for you before we end this.
Oh, this is kind of good. Is medical school possible for a procrastinator?
Yes, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to procrastinate here and there myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I here and there, I try my best to stay on top of it, but like, I think a
Yeah.
procrastinator, true procrastinator, can still get into. I mean, I don't know. That's hard, man. You
Yeah.
gotta stay on top of your stuff, though. Like, to be honest, so maybe work on the procrastination if you are a procrastinator.
I think it's this is also one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of like share my story and stuff like that and my journey, was because I feel like a lot of times they pan like med students and stuff like that like to be like so perfect and just like have everything like on top of everything, and it's not like that, you know, like we're not on top of everything. I wouldn't label myself as a procrastinator. Like honestly, I feel like I get stuff done. Like I'm always moving, like I'm always trying to do something, but I do have days where I'm like, man, I'm lagging. Like I'm lagging.
Yeah, for sure. Facts.
I think that's normal, you know, like we're all going to go through that. We're all going to reach like times in our journey where we're just like, man, I don't even know how to move forward, or just being like, man, I'm feeling kind of lazy today or whatever. But I mean, I do think you do have to kind of have your stuff together, but there's some level of procrastination in all of us, honestly.
For sure. Yeah, facts. Absolutely. We're getting up to finish up the video. There's a lot of questions, and we'll probably do another video answering questions. But this is a good question that I feel like I want to get your input on. Were you afraid to apply to big schools like UCLA? They asked us. Yeah, were you ever afraid of applying to big schools like UCLA?
I think it was intimidating for sure. Like if you look at like the average, like all the stats, it's really competitive, right? Like people have super good grades, they have super good scores on their MCAT, like they've done so many crazy things in their life that have like their experiences are crazy. Like it's definitely intimidating, but I feel like I kind of only applied to big schools, and it was because of my situation. Like I already knew, like coming in here, like being DACA, like the majority of schools would not be able to actually let me come through, you know. And the ones that do truly accept DACA students and stuff like that, what I noticed at the time was they tended to be the schools that were like the big prestigious schools, because that's where the money's at, and those are the schools that had money, and those are the schools that are willing to, or I guess have the more resources to be able to be like, hey, like if you come here, we'll get you in, whatever, you know, like because I don't qualify for like federal loans and that stuff. So I pretty much only applied to big schools, but like I already knew, like, man, these schools are so hard to get into. And throughout my entire journey here, I was like, man, I always knew that, like, I'm gonna be so limited with the schools I could apply to. So you know what, like I'm gonna fucking grind, you know, like I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna work so hard to get here.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it is scary when you look at AMCAS and you look at all those numbers. Is like, I'm like, what? I don't think I should apply.
You have to be like a unicorn.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm gonna apply, and I'm glad I did. But don't let those numbers discourage y'all from applying to big programs. I think maybe some schools are better than others, but like, some of these schools have like, like a mission to recruit students from more underserved areas and obviously have diversity in their programs. So don't be afraid. Just do it. How is it? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep,
Like
exactly.
That, so. You had a question for us?
Let me see.
Yeah, make sure y'all send the question somewhere on. Just put it somewhere on Instagram. We'll see it. Especially when we put those posts on Ask Us. Make sure you get your question in there, and we'll get to that.
Why are you so dope?
Why are you so dope? Thank you. I don't know who asked that, but shout out to you. I don't know. I don't consider myself as dope.
Get off social media and focus.
Get off social media and focus. That's a big one.
No, that's what someone said.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's someone said that? Yeah. Oh, like to us?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I think this is good too, right here. Tips for a high schooler considering med school. And I feel like a lot of the stuff we you know, a lot of the questions we answer are kind of like towards like pre-meds and undergrads and stuff like that. But, you know, I feel like it starts very early on, you know, like our influences as a kid are so important, you know. So do you have any advice for a high schooler who's like interested in med school?
I mean, I know we kind of talked about this a bit earlier, but um, like I think I don't know. It is hard to get like a message like that through to a high schooler because I think when you're that age, you're not thinking too much about like the future and like what are you gonna do with your life. And I mean, especially like us, you know, like you're living day by day. You know, you like just seeing your parents grind, and it's like kind of hard to think about like thinking, you know, 5 years, 4 years down the line. But the first piece of advice I would give is like look into colleges, man, like or girl, you know, like look into college, like apply, like look into the schools, like not necessarily you want to apply to, but just look into college, and it, you know, it's fun. It's like fun times. Sure, you got to work hard, but like that thing is like something to look forward to. And if you want to get away from home, hey, that's your chance too. You know, like I feel like going to college and thinking about college is something to be excited about.
Yeah.
And if you're in high school, like, man, get online, look at, you know, whatever school you see on TV or whatever school's colors you like, man, look into it, and then, you know, apply there, like, you know. And I think just have fun with it, you know. And college is the cool thing to do, man. You're gonna have a great time.
Yeah. And I think my piece of advice applies, like, even if you don't want to go to college, right? Like, I think just like thinking about who the people around your life are, you know, like, are they people there that are supporting you, you know, like people there that want the best for you, like something that simple, it can take you so far, right? Like you can have people around your, like friends who are like honestly just fake friends that are there because, I don't know, maybe you're fun to be around or whatever, but like don't actually care about your success, you know. Like try to, you know, like weed those people out of your life and just focus on putting your energy into the relationships that actually help you grow, you know. And then invest your time and energy into the people that do care about you and do want the best for you, whether that's college or starting your own business or whatever, you know, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, believe in yourself. That's the single most important thing you could do. Believe in yourself. That's why I think we're both here. So I think that was it for this Q&A video. Thank y'all for sending out the questions our way. This was really fun. We want to keep doing this for y'all. Again, we're new to it, so bear with us. But like, yeah, man, we hope someone, you know, out there finds something helpful out of what we're doing and what we're sharing.
Yeah. We had like, damn, how many questions? Maybe like near 1,000.
Yeah, a lot of questions. So
near 1,000 questions. So obviously we couldn't get through all of them. If you guys found this really useful, like, you know, please comment. Let us know, like, if this was useful. We want to know, like, should we continue doing this or focus on something else? But there's a lot of questions we didn't get to, so we can always do a part 2. You know, you guys just please let us know. Give us your feedback and, you know, keep following us or keep doing your thing.
Stay up.
Stay up, yeah. Stay firme.
Stay firme. That's right. Foos and medicine. Later.